I am so excited to be here because this is going to be the only show here on the internet where it pays to have wrong answers and also wrong opinions, because we are here on Same Brain, killing it today, being fun and standing our ground. I'm your host, Black Crystal, here, and joining me is a fantastic cast we have stacked for you today. I'm not going to hang out here and chat with you. I'm going to show you who is going to be hanging out in the competition. And first, we're going to start with our panelists here. The only way our contestants are getting points is matching their answers with our panelists, and our panelists are, in fact, stacked today here. So let's head over to our first panelist. We have the one who says they're grinding on YouTube, but apparently only streams on Twitch. That's right, Music Kid in the building, holding it down. But of course, the party does not stop here. The excellent, the lovely, covered in lavender and purple. That's right, we have Jade in the building, looking fantastic and extra spexy here. Now, I am loving this person. They are looking fabulous and have the hot takes. That's right, Sadie here is in the building for us, going to come in here, and I know they're going to show out. I'm loving their avatar, and I hope y'all too. But of course, our panelists will not be complete with last and certainly not least. That's right, we have Napo in the building here, gonna come in with some hot takes, and I'm curious to see where they coming from here, because the way they were talking before stream sounds like they need to wake up and shake up. But of course, our panelists are cool, it's fine, it's awesome, but we need our contestants. This is where the competition is at, you feel me? And we have two fantastic contestants here. So I'm gonna have y'all take a look at someone you might know here in the Same Brain verse, or maybe you're just hanging out on Twitch. That's right, we have Spartan in the building here, coming here as a contestant, ready to hold it down. I am thrilled, but of course, Spartan, your competition here, someone who is not going to back down, someone who's slowly becoming my quick friend right backstage. That is right. We have Hannah in the building. That is right. We are going to be killing it here, and I am so excited to have both of my contestants. So we're going to lay it up here. Let's talk to y'all. Let's step in my office for a second, all right? Spartan, I'm going to have you hang on for a second. Let's go on over to Hannah and tell me, since you're new to the Same Brain verse, do you like game shows? Are you ready to get in? I feel you're competitive, but I don't want to speak for you.
I am a very competitive person, but within reason. Like, I'm not insane, but I love game shows. I'm convinced that if I was on Family Feud or Jeopardy, I would win. I've applied to be on College Wheel of Fortune 3 times. They did not let me in. But this year is the play.
This year's the play. Listen, if you're doing Wheel of Fortune, those are the elder gods of game shows here, so you might actually be rolling with advantage. Now, Spartan, are you going to take that smack? Because you've been in Same Brain before, but this is kind of a little different position for you, is it not?
It definitely is, but I'm no stranger to competition. Spartans are no stranger to competition whatsoever. It's not my first game show, and it definitely won't be my last, and it won't be the first one I win either.
Oh, I'm liking these fighting words off top here. This is what we like to see. Now, I know y'all are same braining with your red matching tops here, so I hope you remember that the game doesn't give you points between matching y'all's answers. It's matching it with our panelists here. So we're going to hang out for just a second, quick little housekeeping at the top of the show, and we're going to get into it. That's right, because we want to give so much love to all of our Patreon subscribers. Without you, none of this would be possible. So big ups to all of our members and supporters there. Check it out. Give some love to Patreon. You can follow us out there and make more Same Brain happen in the building. And of course, check us out on YouTube and Twitch and all your social platforms whenever you want to hang out with us. We're there on your favorite corners of the interwebs. Don't worry. But I think without further ado, we should get into the hot seat. Let's do it. Alrighty, here, y'all. We are in the hot seat, baby. It's not too bad. We gonna get into some gaming. That's right. It is our first gaming segment here on Same Brain, where we're gonna give you some answers here, fill in the blank questions, if you will, cause you to think, be introspective. But right, there are no right or wrong answers, if you will. The only way our contestants, that right, Spartan and Hannah, are getting any points on that board is going to be matching their answers with the panelists. Now, panelists, I'm telling you, you could pick a side or whatever it is, play from your heart. I don't care. All I know is whatever your answer is, you better come correct, because chat is going to drag you if you don't defend yourself. So keep your eyes peeled and I'll stop yapping. Let's get into the game. Let's see this first hot seat question. What's something people do to relax after a hard day? I know Napo before backstage was already talking about how hard his days is, so I know he's got a couple of options up here for answers in their sleeves. We're having all of our answers in here, so let's see what our contestants put down for this. All right, so what is something people do to relax after a hard day? In fact, we have Nap from Spartan versus playing video games. Yep, those are some solid answers here and kind of hard to choose between the two. I'm loving those answers. And I'm curious, though, our panelists seem to be a little bit more active, as if you will, but nap is kind of universal. How confident are you there, Spartan, with your answer?
I mean, we're all gamers, but we all also get very sleepy after a long day, whether it's work, play, or whatever. So hitting back on that couch sometimes hits a little different.
Sitting back on the couch sits a little different, but Hana says playing a little game is going to make it a little spicy. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to head over to Music Kid to have them let us know what did they put in here for something people do to relax after a hard day.
Have a drink, man. Everybody likes to have a little bit of a drink after you get off of work. I mean, you got a long day. I used to be a bartender, so for me, I would see the people getting off of work and come sit down and be like, I had the worst day ever, man. Give me a drink. So to me, getting off of work means going and grabbing a drink with the guys.
All right, a drink with the boys. But drinking with the boys is definitely a great answer. Unfortunately, not a match here. Definitely not sleeping. And sorry, no video games, though they do pair well, if you will. Let's head on over to Jade to see what they put in here. So, Jade, talk to me, baby cakes. What is something to do to relax after a hard day? What did you put down for us?
I put down bath. This is like my ideal self is for a bath. Sometimes we're like, oh, I don't want to clean the bath, etc. But ideally, a bath would be like my perfect thing after a long day. So, oh, and this is Nemo, by the way. He's gonna crash this stream so much. He's my certified Cuttlebug orange cat. So.
And do you relax with Nemo in the bath as well, getting your full-on Finding Nemo?
The bath is kind of like a cat-free zone, if you will.
Ooh.
Like they'll hang out, but they won't like be on me.
I understand that.
It is what it is.
Nice bubble bath is also super great. Chillin', set the lights, let a move for yourself, unwind. Though, Jade, I'm not gonna hold you, is kind of a little classist. I'm sorry, not everybody's got a bathtub. And by everybody, I mean me. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm angry. I don't have a bathtub. Great answer. Unfortunately, not a nap, not video games, so no points on the board. Much love, and I'm glad it's a cat-free zone, as it should be, unlike my bathroom. I don't want to talk about it. Let's head on over to Sadie, though, to see what she's got for us here about something people do to relax after a hard day. What do you got for us?
I thought this was the easiest answer, the freest answer. It's sleep. After I come home, I want to get in my bed and go to sleep.
That's right. That's looking like a nap time for me. Getting a point on the board there for Spartan. Coming in 1 point on this first question here. Sleeping, napping, taking a snooze, a siesta, if you will.
We call that
really
first
nice.
strike.
All right, so 1 point on the board, Hannah. We still have one panelist left, so hold on tight. Let's head over to Napo, see what he's put for us, all right? Talk to me. What do you do to relax after a hard day?
I'm gonna be so honest with you. Okay, I forgot we were gonna have to read these out. I just want to press beforehand. I don't do this because I'm a child of God. I would never in my life do this. My answer is choke that chicken.
And
Did you
just
forget
like
the
that, we have
PG-14
reached
rating?
the PG-14 threshold at the first question of today's episode. And in fact, you did right, and I quote, choke that chicken as an answer for what you and many people like to do to relax after a
Respect.
hard day.
Respect.
I've never done this. Especially my parents are watching. I've never done this.
Allegedly. And a lot of us don't, nor broadcast that we do. Great question. Very common answer. I'm not going to hold you, but not with our contestants here. So unfortunately, no points on the board, but we're starting to see where everybody's head's at. All right, get them out of the gutter, Nop. Okay, let's get it together. Let's get in that next question. Shake it off now that we're warmed up. We know what we're cooking with. Let's see what we got. Tariffs? What are we tossing into the harbor to protest this time? I know, it's a little on the money, on the nose, maybe even a little hashtag too soon to talk about the terrorists, but come on. Ain't nobody liking them. What are we doing to show we're up in arms? What are we Boston Tea Partying this time around?
I did my answer for the lulz. Like, I'm not even trying to match nobody.
Yeah, I don't think I'm
think it's
matching
gonna be
it.
funny.
I don't think I match nobody either.
All right, well, all answers are in, so let's see what our contestants put in. All right, I'm sorry. I'm loving these answers here. And our contestants might be starting to get in tune and think of the same brain, but two different answers. So we have Spartan here with, obviously, Teslas.
I want to clarify that
Okay.
I said Teslas, not Tesla owners. It's not your fault. You bought a nice car 5 years ago. You didn't know. It's fine. I've been on Twitter for 15 years. You know, it's not, it is what it is.
You said Tesla owners, and I thought you meant Elon, not the people that bought the cars.
No, literally the cars. I wanted to say Cybertrucks, but I was like, that might be too specific.
No, I like the broad answer here. I love visualizing a max exodus of us somehow all loading these Teslas up onto a freighter and dumping them into the harbor. I'm here for it, especially us who live in Texas and have to see so many of them. But I need to go over to Hannah to talk to her real quick because your answer is really slightly problematic here. You mean whole billionaires? We're saying we're throwing whole humans into the harbor?
So I did resort to murder, and that's okay, I think, in this situation. Is it ethical? That wasn't the question. The question was not the ethics of it, but it was the answer.
Listen, I'm not going to argue
plead
your
the fifth.
answer. I think it's a great answer. I
this
think
is a
it's
hypothetical.
fantastic. Absolutely.
This is obviously
It's only
very
murder if they can't
hypothetical.
swim.
Exactly.
All
I can't
right.
swim. For the record, let me put that out there. Anyway.
Me neither.
Oh my god. We're on the same brain. What's going on?
This is it. Well, contestants, we need to see you same bringing with our panelists. So let's shake it off, though we are on point with these answers. Let's see if our panelists, though, are on the same wavelength and sharing that one brain cell with y'all so we can get some points on the board. So let's over to music. Talk to Music Kid. Tariffs, what are we tossing into the harbor this time, all right? What is the new age Boston Tea Party?
Well, so the first time they threw a really expensive food product in the ocean, so I thought, why don't we throw another really expensive food product in the ocean? And I said eggs, because them some bitches should not be $13 for a dozen. I'm going to keep it real. Let's just yeet the eggs into the ocean. It's not like we don't got more chicken to make more eggs.
Ooh, say it again. Here's the thing. You about to put a whole new definition on choke the chicken. It's about to be chuck the chicken. You feel me? All right, so I'm loving the eggs, on the money, on point. Definitely something that would make a statement, but unfortunately, not no Teslas and definitely not no billionaires who are making the tariff. So we have to say no points there, but I'm loving it. We're gonna head on over to Jade. Talk to me now. I want to know what you've put down for this question. Right? What are we tossing into the harbor to protest?
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm not a contestant because I thought eggs too, and then I switched my answer. So I thought of another expensive thing, which is kind of like less original. That's matcha. Did I forget matcha was tea a little bit? Yeah, but I mean it's expensive, and people like it a lot. So
I'm
A little
liking
too
it.
much.
They're liking it a little too much, though. I wanted to back you on the matcha answer, but I'm not going to hold you, Jade. Maybe I'd be more in if it was something like pumpkin spice lattes, because they are the bane of my existence. But I see where your brain is. We want to throw something valuable in there. We want to make a statement. And you know them girly pops be chugging in matcha, so valid answer. But we're not same brain in here. No points on the board for that one. So let's head over to Sadie to see what they've got for us here. All right, Sadie, tariff
Okay.
time. What are we tossing into the harbor?
You guys might have to censor this for the YouTube edit, but I said MAGA voters. You know, get them out of here. We're here because of you guys. We tried to warn you. Like, for what, 6 months, 8 months? We said, hey, don't do it. Don't vote for him. And they did, and now they're upset. And now we're here. So, toss them over. I don't know.
To be fair, I don't think
You
they know what a
spin right
tariff
now.
is, but
Yo, can my answer count for that? That's like, there's some
That's-
crossover there.
You know, I agree.
There's some
All right,
crossover,
so I
that's
heard
like-
two things here that are a little problematic. First one being, did someone wait till the end of the question to say, I don't know what a tariff is? Who said that?
no. I said I don't
Phil.
think they know what a tariff is. Like I
Ah.
don't think MAGA
They
knows what a
don't.
tariff is.
Ah, there it
They do
is.
not.
Thanks for the clarification there, because you were so right. They don't, and that's why the eggs are what they are, and that's why we're chucking all of them into the harbor. Good clarification. And the second one, then, you said it counts. I don't think it counts. I'm sorry. The game master is the ultimate decision, but I'm gonna be honest. If we really look at the Magna demographic, not many of them are actually billionaires. If we're being 100%,
Not
even though
loud
they
ones.
support them.
The loud ones.
The loud
Is that
ones.
crazy?
No, it's not crazy. You're speaking straight facts here, baby girl. You're speaking facts. So I'll let the game master make that final call. They are both, in fact, tossing people into the river, but there is a distinction there. So we're going to get that final call there. And it sounds like, unfortunately, no points. It's not the same definition here. We're not same braining enough, but we're liking what we're thinking, and we're seeing if we can see that fine tuning there. Maybe Sadie, Hannah, that might be someone you need to be keeping an eye out for rapid fire there. All right, so Stay positioned, wipe it off, shake it off, and let's head over to Napo to see if we can get a point on the board here, all right? So talk to us. What are you tossing into the harbor to protest?
Okay, so like I saw the question and I immediately knew I wanted to snipe this answer really quick. I had to aim really, really good when I did this. So my answer is the orange with the bad toupee.
I see where your head's at. It's never gonna be one
my head
word.
was a little
Guys,
bit to
come
the
on.
left, you know?
That's our answers. they're there.
The orange with the toupee. I'm loving it. Toss the leader in there. Why toss products? Why bother us? Let's get the ringleader into the water. Make him see if he swims. I probably doesn't know how to.
He definitely does.
But I'm actually getting this word here. We are thinking about the orange, and we're using orange in quotations, right? The toupee, the one, the Mr. title I will not say because not my president, is in fact, unfortunately, a bad one of these. That's right. This is a bad billionaire. So they would, in fact, give a point there to Hana for that match there. That's right. The orange with the toupee is unfortunately the worst billionaire we've ever met. Regardless of bankruptcies, they're in the top percent. We're counting it. It's getting tossed into the river. And that is a tying up on our second question here in the hot seat for Same Brain, rolling into our third question. 1 point on each side to the board. Let's see what we got cooking up in here for our next question. In fact, our next question, I can't believe I almost forgot, is in fact our bonus question. So our first bonus question here, right? That is first and only is first because it's one, because it's a big one. It's a doozy. Our bonus points question is here. We survey our Patreon subscribers only for this answer. We've provided them the question in advance, and if you can match your answer with our Patreon subscribers as well, we'll give you additional points on this question. So thinking in sync, whether it's with our subscribers and membies or with our panelists here, is super important to make this game a game and clear out that tie. So without further ado, bonus points are on lock. Let's see what that third question is. All right. And just like that, it's almost like back like we never left. Here we go again. All answers are in. So I'll read the question in case we forgot. That's right. It says, kids nowadays are always playing Roblox. When I grew up, we played blank. Let's see what our contestants put for this. Wow. Two very different answers. I'm going to head over to Hana on this one. You said outside. Very different from your video game answer here. Where was your brain in putting this in?
I don't know. I mean, we went outside. I had unfettered internet access as a kid, as I think a lot of people did. And I should not have, let's get that straight. But my parents made me go outside. They'd close the door and be like, go outside, dude. And so we had a whole woodland fort out in the back and would just run and almost die on a razor scooter on hills, try to figure out how to ride a bike, get chased by a neighborhood dog. They just kind of made me go outside. I don't know. That's what I did.
Listen, and maybe kids nowadays do need to touch grass. I'm loving the answer. I, too, am a fan of the outside, wherever it may be. Great answer. And we head over to Spartan, who says a game I did not expect them to put, given their background, but not a bad answer. Tell me where your head was at here with this answer here. In fact, you put The Sims when you were growing up. That's the game you played?
Funny enough, I was going to put outside because I also was forced outside into our barely paved driveway to play basketball. But I was like, let me go big brain and go Sims. The panelists look like they at least played Sims growing up, because I feel like we all did at one point. So I had to use my big brain to try the same brain.
Who's we?
Am I being profiled?
Somebody down there. One of y'all.
Question. Spartan, how old are you?
I plead the fifth.
Oh!
Okay.
All right.
It's all good,
Keeping the
Grandpa.
ages a
I just had a
secret.
question.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Whoa,
Grandpa.
Whoa.
Oh.
I will accept Unk and nothing more.
All right. Well, with those fighting words shared, let's head over to our panelists to see if we've got some matches here. I didn't realize our bonus point question this episode was going to be so combative. So I'm very curious to see what we've got cooking here. So let's head over to Music Kid. All right, fam, talk to me here. Kids nowadays are always playing Roblox. When I grew up, we played blank.
Unironically, I actually played Roblox as a kid, and they've changed that game so much since I was a kid. But I put Toontown Online because I basically grew up in the streets of Toontown Online. That game raised me. I probably should not have been playing that game as an 8-year-old kid, but that game raised me. So that's what I went with.
That is a great answer. I saw everybody's faces be like, y'all reached into the depths of your brain to remember that one. I'm loving it. Toontown was an era you had to be there. All right. You're making me remember so many things like, Wizard 101, even Club Penguin. I'm thinking of all the things now. Oh man, I don't know if our contestants though were locked in there with that one. That was a deep cut, so unfortunately, no points on the board. But I'm seeing where your brain is at. I'm seeing who you're syncing with. So let's head on over to Jade though to see if we can get a match. Right. So Jade, talk to us. Kids nowadays are always playing Roblox. When I grew up, we played blank.
Yeah, honestly, BK already said it. I put Club Penguin. Like,
No
we're
way!
thinking online stuff. I was like, okay, Club Penguin, Neopets, Toontown, Pop Tropica, like those were the ones for me for sure. But I did play Sims, so it's not a wrong answer. And outside, but when you're asthmatic, your parents kind of like be like outside, but like don't go into the grass too much, you know. So.
So instead, you're in the frozen tundras of Club Penguin, and I am actually really here for it. I'm loving the matches, and I'm kind of upset, though, that our panelists seem to be thinking in sync a bit more than our contestants here. So, panelists, just a reminder, y'all don't get points for each other, but I'm liking the synchronicity. I like where our brains are going. We're also showing our ages. So let's head over to Sadie to see, if she is thinking the same thing, too, or maybe reveals how old this one is. So talk to me, Sadie. Kids nowadays are always playing Roblox. When I grew up, we played blank.
Okay, maybe this is showing my age. My computer was in the basement. It was a family computer, so I didn't play games online. That wasn't for me. I had Barbies. Okay, I had a 2-foot high Barbie dream house. It was made of wood. All my Barbies were black, first of all, and then they all had their own clothes. It was Barbies for me.
I'm loving it. Barbies, playing with dolls, action figure eras. Gosh, you're bringing me back. There's so many. You didn't have to be a femme or a girl or whatever it may be here to be playing with Barbies. There were so many things and toys and Transformers. Gosh, I'm remembering so many things. I'm super old. This is not fun. Oh, man. Well, thanks for that, Sadie.
My Barbie, that was the Brandy Cinderella. That was it for me. That was the one. She went with me everywhere.
That was the Barbie.
That was the Barbie for me. It was the Brandy Cinderella. So good. Best Barbie ever.
I remember coveting people running for those keep the Barbie in the box. That's how serious Barbies got. If y'all don't even know, y'all need to do some research. So Sadie, great answer. Unfortunately, Sims is virtual. It's not no real life Barbies. And outside, you usually have to leave the Barbies in the house because we don't want their hair getting.
You can take them outside. I mean,
Nah, my Barbies with me everywhere.
At your own risk.
yeah. See, the Barbies went everywhere.
everywhere.
They went everywhere, so they went outside. So you played with them outside. Law school, hit me up. I'm there. I'll talk my way into anything.
I'm loving this fight for this point in this match here, Hannah, but I'm gonna have to say no. Unfortunately, here our game master is going to agree with me, but I'm keeping up the fight. The energy is there. You're locked in. That synchronicity there's honing in. The same braining is super close. So let's head over to our last panelist here. Napo, talk to me. I've been at the edge of my seat seeing what y'all put for this. So what did you put for kids playing when you grew up versus Roblox of what they're playing nowadays?
I'm gonna be so honest. I have asthma, so like running around outside, it's not the play. But I will be honest. As a kid, I really did not care, which is why I did say outside as my answer.
Yes.
Well, there you go. In fact, there's a point there for a Hana on the board. That's what I'm talking about there. Beautiful syncing there. Spartan is fed up and upset.
That's
No
crazy.
No
That's
matches, but
crazy.
Hana here thinking in perfect sync with Napo getting that point there and outing out this tie. Well, we've got a point here on the board there for Hana, but remember, there's still an opportunity for some more points, right? This was a bonus question. So let's actually see what the bonus question answer was. What did our Patreon members say for what they grew up when they were a kid? Let's take a look at that. Mario was, in fact, the answer here. They were playing Mario.
I don't know.
You
Mario's
like
kind of
that.
close to the
Spartan's not
Sims.
happy.
You
It's
can
not
make Mario
happy.
in The
Yeah,
Sims.
guys,
Fair.
there's people in Mario and the Sim. Yeah, I mean, I can see it for sure.
It's
See, like,
close.
But Mario also runs around outside, so I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All
he's
right,
outside.
y'all
So
reaching.
I think
Y'all-
we might
y'all
actually
reach
both get
now.
a point.
I'm
All
trying
right,
to help you get a
unfortunately-
point, but okay.
We trying to scrape these
Mario
points this time,
is
like.
not The Sims. No point for that match there. But this energy here and 5 for the point. Napo trying to even do the layup, and they don't even need to. I'm loving this. Let's keep this going as we cook into our next question here. But I do want to take a look at some other responses here. If we actually had that poll for our Patreon subscribers, maybe outside is on there. I kind of want to see that. Okay, we've got Pokemon twirling the trencher. We've got kick the can and ball.
Gmod?
Okay,
Oh,
I
y'all
think
some nerds.
I think ball slash kick the can would count as outside.
I do
Yeah.
think
I
so
agree.
too.
You could kick a can indoors.
If you kick a can
That's
indoors,
too
you're gonna get your
loud.
ass
If
kicked.
you were
Whose mom
strange.
is letting you do that?
My parents. Yeah,
True.
Whose parents,
I didn't
not
say
mine.
it was a good idea. I
That
just said
can's gonna
good.
get thrown at your head. She's like, oh,
You're gonna go find a switch outside.
My mom
That's where
don't
that
miss.
conversation leads.
My mom does not miss. She
you
got,
got
good
kick a
aim.
can money?
Not in this house. And unfortunately, not on our stream here. We did not have any matches, but pretty close. And our subscribers have outed themselves as hardcore nerds. So do with that what you will, homies from the Aether. We're going to head on over to our next question here and see if we can get some more points on the board. All right.
I've suddenly never met a child star a day in my life.
Oh my god, who? Yeah, I was
It's like,
oh my
and
God.
blank.
Guys, I don't watch movies or shows.
I suddenly don't know a single person ever.
That's right. Our next question here is name a child star who's doing it right.
Oh, wait. This is the easiest question.
I don't know how to spell his name.
I think I spelled that wrong.
If I don't
I'm
know how to
sorry.
spell somebody's name, can I look it up?
You
Yeah.
may also may put it in incorrect. You know that will not dog you from a point, but chat may
okay.
flame you. Well, we are hearing that all answers are in, so let's look at what our contestants put down for a child star who's doing it right. Wow,
Oh.
big bangers.
Yikes.
She was not a
So
knower.
it's a no from everybody.
When did Timothy Chalamet
Ooh.
act as a kid?
Yeah.
He was in.
Oh,
He was in
wait.
things, guys. No, trust. He was in things. He
Name
was- I don't know what he was
5
in,
things
but
Timothy
things.
Chalamet was in as a kid. Right now.
He
5.
was
No.
lip singing Nicki Minaj.
Start
Like,
with 1.
He was in something, I think.
I never saw that movie. What
Girl,
was
you
it
are not
about?
helping your
That's my
case.
thing, though. Yeah, I don't actually have an argument, but that came to my brain, and I know maybe 3 actors. So that was. I
All
shot
right.
and I missed really badly, and that's okay.
I will give some
Sometimes you have-
information to the game master for them to choose. I, in fact, did do some background research here. Now, while Timothy Chalamet is not someone that comes to the top of mind on, quote, child star, Timothy has acted at a young age in a variety of commercials, plays, and TV, including roles in Law and Order. So, it
Yeah.
would be
Okay,
is-
everybody was in Law and Order.
Guys,
Girl,
that's
everybody been in Law
I
and
was
Order.
in Law and Order.
Look, I'll give
I
you-
could be in Law and
My
Order.
first answer was Daniel Radcliffe because he did Harry Potter and then he did whatever he wanted. Daniel Radcliffe does whatever he wants now. But then I thought, you know what? Timothy Chalamet, he was on ESPN. He did the College Game Day. He just won an award. He's in like every movie ever now when they need Basic White Man of the Month. Like, I don't know. That's
It's
where we were going
fine.
with that,
I
so,
think we're
anyway.
having a disconnect on terminology here, so I'm loving this, and I know chat is reeling at this. We
It's okay.
asked for child star, not star that still looks like a child. Though I do appreciate the answer. It is a very good one and a part of the zeitgeist, so we'll leave it be on this. Don't need to double defend. What you will need to do is yell at your panelists if they don't match with you here, because they are not thinking in sync. Now, I don't need to get too deep into Spartan here with a very obvious answer. Ariana Grande here. Aging yourself, but it's fine. And in fact, I think we can agree that, Miss Grande is doing it right. So we'll leave it be. Let's see, though.
I mean,
what
Wicked
our-
alone.
Yeah,
Wicked was great. Like, Wicked was amazing. Sorry.
not wrong. No, it's a big step
Victorious,
from what we
Sam
know.
and Cat.
Yeah.
No, never mind her like 3 platinum records or like, the several
No,
Grammys
they
she
said
has.
child star. I'm talking about stuff from when she was like younger.
Now, before she broke out and was a Billboard hit there. So I see that we are locked in here. Well, let's take a look at what our panelists have. We've got some pretty interesting answers, which means there's going to be a lot of responses. All right. So let's head over to Music Kid and see what he has for us. All right. What did you put for a child star who's doing it right?
Well, I'm 95% sure I spelt it wrong, but Miss Sabrina Carpenter. I remember her being like 3 years old on Disney Channel, and now she's like headlining for Taylor Swift. Like, girl, what? How did you blow up that fast? I also forget that she's in her 20s now and keep thinking she's like 15. So when I hear her songs, I'm like, shut up, you're 12. What are you thinking about? Stop that. Stop that. Put that away. Stop thinking about that. You don't know that. Stop.
Have you ever tried this one though?
They gotta grow up
No.
sometime. You know.
No, it's please don't do that, Miss Girl Meets World. Like I'm good. Like I don't want
I'm
that.
good. I don't need to know what you're doing, Miss Girl Meets World.
She
but
just got
we
a
do.
Fortnite skin.
She does.
Yeah.
She
And
do.
Crazy hits here. So I will not disagree. I do think that is a solid answer. Sabrina Carpenter is definitely in there as a child star doing it right. But unfortunately, ain't no Ariana Grande. So no points and definitely no Timothy Chalamet. So we're going to have to
All
head
those
on over.
question marks are killing me. I'm sorry. It's like
I didn't know if I spelled it wrong.
The easiest name to spell. One of the
I feel
easier
you.
names to spell.
Listen.
That's like the most common. Like I don't know, man. Sabrina's a very common name, and then Carpenter is just Carpin. And
English is hard, and I am
English is
stupid.
hard.
E-N-E. I don't know the rest of the word.
It is hard.
You did good. This is why I'm glad I'm not a contestant nor a panelist. I don't need to get spelled anything here. I'm not putting anything in. But what I do need to see is our other panelists' answers. So we're going to head on over to Jade to see what she's got for us. All right. So, Jade, name a child star who's doing it right. What did you put?
So I want to preface this by saying I'm really trying to seek this up with our panel, like our contestants. I'm trying my best here, but I guess I was the only person who saw all the TikToks about Brenda Song within like the past month or so, or maybe I just saw a lot of Brenda Song. I don't know what she's promoting. I think it's like maybe a new show or something, but she's looking good. She's looking fabulous. She's happily married and was at a Lakers game. So yeah, I put her down.
Right, that's right. That's right. In fact, our, homecoming warrior. I love a good Brenda
Yep.
song in the building
London
here.
Tipton.
And I haven't heard many of a controversy, so I don't think it's very much of a bad answer. And I see y'all are in the brain. Y'all have gotten to the Disney realm here. Our panelists are kind of in the same realm, but not matching up with our contestants. So unfortunately, not a point, but fantastic answer. And I'm about to go look up what Brenda Saw is doing interviews for, all right? So we're going to hold on that one and head on over to Sadie to see what she's got for us, all right? Sadie, hey, I need to know who you put for a child star who's doing it right.
I feel like this is my first misstep on the panel. I put Zac Efron, and hear me out. For me, when I was watching High School Musical, I said, "Oh, that's a kid. I'm a kid because I'm watching High School Musical," And then I looked it up, and apparently he was 18 when he made the first movie. So I guess he wasn't a kid. That's on me. I'm sorry, but
I'm
Zac
just trying to
Efron.
That
understand
is high
what
school age.
age would be good for a child here, because that response, I'm gonna flame you, sir. That's a wild response.
If you go look at Zac Efron in High School Musical 1, he looks so
Like a child?
young. He looks like a child.
Like
Compared to
like a 9-year-old child, like from
post-jaw
Home Alone.
surgery, he looks like an adult now. But High School Musical, he looked like a baby, a child.
No, this
I
is
didn't
true.
watch
I
that
don't know
crap.
what
I'm sorry. I didn't watch that crap. I'm
I
sorry.
I wasn't allowed to
Watch
watch
High
that
School
movie.
Musical.
so-
You don't have to call it
No,
crap.
for what?
Okay.
I kind of do.
You're missing out.
Maybe
See, this is why we haven't. This is why we haven't synced up once.
Yeah, we're
maybe High School Musical 3, some of the songs. But crap?
I watched it for the first time like a year ago.
Yeah, bet on
with
it?
my
Oh,
parents.
well,
They
bet
let
on
me
it.
watch
That's
things
the
with
only
people in
musical
it.
I like.
Playlist.
I don't like Hamilton. I don't like Wicked. I'm sorry, bro.
You don't
High
like
School Musical.
Hamilton?
Not like in Hamilton's crazy.
No. It's not even that I
That's
don't
a
like it. I
character
just
flaw.
literally I watched High School Musical and then I have not wanted to watch another musical since. I'm like, no, that's my musical
Wait, did
for
you
my
ever see
entire
the
life.
Cheetah Girls?
No.
Yeah.
You never saw the Cheetah? Get out. I'm sorry, this is my show, but get out.
You just hate
I like how I was the villain
right
for 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, and then just took it away. It's like, you know what? Give me the talking stick.
I mean, the natural way is to take it one step further. I didn't like High School Musical. Those movies are crap. Okay, like maybe some argument. I don't like any musicals after I've seen a High School Musical. That is so much further. We were just
You
talking
took the
about
talking
Wicked,
stick
too.
and you broke it in half. Just like,
I'm sorry, your
my
host is
God.
actually
I'm a
in
theater
shambles.
kid.
I tried to
Your
help you
host
get
is in-
points before, and I tried
I'm
to
looking
take
at Beak, I'm like,
I tried to
Beak
take the
shook
blame
right
off of
now.
you. So I took the talking stick.
Oh,
So you're
man.
doing
And
charity.
broke it.
You were just doing charity. That's
Kicked
what
it
that
across
was.
the
Yeah,
field.
I see it.
I am shooketh. I am annoyed. I did not know the child star question was going to turn into musical slanders with Hamilton catching strays. You know what? Let's head on over to Nabo then to see what you put. If you're so confident on your answer here, what did you drop down for a child star who's doing
The
it right?
only correct answer, Macaulay Culkin, bro. What are y'all doing?
No shot you can spell that.
Ew.
Yeah, I have rated
No
it.
shot you can spell that.
Particular.
Bullshit, you can't spell that.
Culay space Culkin.
He googled
said
it.
space.
Boo.
Boo.
Why are you booing me? I'm wrong. Wait, I'm right.
You are wrong.
Well, you know,
I tried to quote
was
Playable
going to
Birds.
use
30
that,
years.
but I cannot spell, and I did not want to get caught slipping on here. Like, someone could clip this and be like, "Hey, yo, Jade Valkyrie can't spell," which is true, but they don't even put it on the internet though. So I chose Brenda Song, which they're married. So
Well, that's very good. I like the answer here. I did want to flame, but that is someone that I think immediately of child star, though I'm struggling to find out what they're, quote, doing right now.
Married to Brenda
They
Song.
married Brenda Song.
That's about,
there we go.
that's about it.
He's
So
got
they're
the
really-
right
I'd call that a
answer.
big
Hasn't had to
win.
act in
I'd
anything
call that
for
a
6
big
years.
win.
You know what? You're right. You're right. I do call it a big. If anyone's bagging a baddie like Brenda Song, let me tip my hat off to you, Macaulay Culkin.
Like, tell me what
So-
I've
Jay-Z's
seen
doing right
his
now.
brother.
He's still
in
married to
more
Beyonce.
things
That's
than him.
That's worth it.
That's worth it. Listen,
I
some
feel
people.
like I see Macaulay Culkin's brother in more things than Macaulay Culkin, like in the past 10, 20 years.
100%.
He hasn't been in a movie since 2019. I did just look.
Ooh.
But he's married to
movie
Brenda
was it?
Song.
So that's a big difference. I mean,
I don't know.
come
Something.
on.
It's called like Changes or something. Hold on, pause.
Wasn't he just in a TV
Changeland.
show?
Macaulay? No.
I don't know.
Brenda Song
When I was
literally
brother.
just made like a movie or
Google
TV
it,
show, and he was just in it.
is that what they were promoting?
He was
That
talking
might be
about-
what
he was
it
talking
is.
about
That
Billie
might be
Eilish.
it. That might be
In
what you're seeing.
real
Yeah.
time, our cast here has uncovered the relevancy of Brenda Song and connected it to our answer of our fourth panelist, which is in fact Macaulay Culkin. That is right. And if you put that kid from Home Alone, we would have taken that too. If anyone is too young to know what that is, a Christmas classic in the building here. Unfortunately, ain't no points on the board, but y'all know a lot of celebrities and we love it. So we are going to head on and get to our last question. So let's get into it. Let's get one more in there real quick. Name an important event that should be recognized as a national holiday. I'm looking at the laughs, the silence, laughter from beyond. I can't wait to see what everybody's dropping in this time. We're trying to find out an important event that should be recognized as a national holiday. What did our contestants say? I love these answers. Spartan coming in with the selfish big says, my birthday. Yours specifically, or just people's birthday?
I mean, I would say, I feel like a lot of people feel like their birthday should be a national holiday. Me, for one, as a Gemini, think that twice. So, yeah.
All right, you're really showing your sign here for the masses. My birthday, interesting answer here. But I do need a little bit of elaboration here, Hannah, on your answer for an event that should be recognized as a national holiday. You said the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve. Well, what do you mean by that?
Look,
spin
there's
though.
like 5 days in there where you just kind of rot in your house and you don't do anything, but you still have to go to work. But there's no point because you're about to get New Year's off and you could use those few days to pretend you're actually going to do your New Year's resolution and it'll make you feel a little bit better about yourself. Like I still have things to do during those few days and I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I should be able to rot and do nothing until New Year's. So this is a selfish answer
I like
because
it.
I want to do nothing.
I kind of like it. You're not really wrong at all. I mean, honestly, I don't know why Christmas and New Year's aren't just tied together there. They should just give that week a holiday week, if you will. We can workshop the name later. But solid answer. Now that we understand where our brains are, let's head out to our panelists, see what we've got cooking here. So, Music Kid, what did you put for an important event that should be recognized as a national holiday?
The last time the Yankees won the World Series because they shouldn't have and they know it's bullshit.
I see why you were reaching our character limit with that response there.
I had to write that sentence 7 times before it took.
Oh my goodness. Yankees made the World
I don't know whose
Series.
answer is more selfish, his or mine. I'm like, at least mine involves me. The Yankees don't even know who you are. I'm just saying, like.
I'm bad with these. I know these sports ball homies take their wins seriously, especially when it's this World Series that I keep hearing of. So I get it. I understand it. And it's something that lives on in history that I know of, you know? So I kind of see where you're coming from, but unfortunately not no birthday and definitely not the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve. So no points, but I see where your head is. I like what you're thinking, music. Let's head on over to Jade. Let's see what you got for us. All right, Jade, important event. What did you put for one that should be
Listen.
recognized as a national holiday?
We're streaming on Beyonce's internet, so I just thought maybe Beyonce's birthday. So 9, 4, 8, 1, B-Day.
Are you
Yeah.
saying B-Day as your answer? Beyonce specifically's birthday, but
I wrote Beyonce's. So unless Spartan's birthday is Beyonce's
Beyonce
birthday,
is
which
the
would be
queen
so
bee,
cool,
though,
by the
so-
way.
We're all part of her hive, so that counts as Spartan's birthday.
And we both from
I'm
Houston.
at
I'm
it.
just saying.
we're both from Houston.
Oh, the Houston.
It's starting
Ooh,
to
that is
line
a
up
good one.
here. Wait a second. I'm hearing from our game master.
Can we get-
Okay, no, it is
Can we
not
do
the
like
fact
a
that you're both from
0.75?
Houston. It's not that you're from Houston, but it is in fact that it is a birthday, a specific birthday that should be considered
Let's go.
a national holiday. So our game master has said that will in fact give a point on the board there for a birthday. In the building there, I
Dab
like
me
what
up,
y'all are
Jade.
thinking.
Dab me up, Jade. Let's go.
All right, here. So let's keep cooking. Still 2 panelists left here for this last hot seat question. So let's run through these. All right, Sadie, talk to me. What's an important event that should be recognized as a national holiday? What do you have?
This was a no-brainer. November 4th, 2008. And if you don't know what date that is the day that Obama was elected. And I feel like in these trying times, we just need to remember how good we had it. You know?
Take us back. We need to reminisce. They got so many President's Day. I want my Obama Day. Give it to me.
Specifically.
Specifically.
Can I go? Can I do story time real quick? Because I had the pleasure of voting for Obama in that election, and I was also at Morehouse College when it happened. When I tell you, Morehouse, Spelman, and Clark Atlanta went crazy that day. Jeezy actually pulled up in his blue Lamborghini to campus. I walked right past it. I'm not even kidding. Like, we were on Spelman's campus after midnight, which is a big no-no, and just partying. It was the biggest, most. Honestly, I wish I put that.
You wish
Wait,
that.
you
It
voted
should
for
be a
Obama?
holiday. You spoke to Obama? That's
The
what's
first
Showing my
time?
age again, yes.
You voted for
The first,
wow.
both times.
How old do you have to be to vote?
18. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was
Right.
4 years old.
Now stop trying to figure out everyone's age, all right?
Hey, I was in middle school. Yikes.
Get it together. You guys are making me feel ancient here, all right? Let's stop it. Let's stop it. I can't handle it. And let's see what we have here, Nabo. Since you're so quick to figure out what we've got cooking here, I want to see what you had cooking for your answer, right? What did you put for an important event that should be recognized as a
so-
national holiday?
I would have prefaced, I changed my answer 4 times. Originally, what I put, actually, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll say it after the show. My second answer was Juneteenth because I was like, I always want that holiday off, but they don't give it to us. But then I was like, no, I don't know if anybody put that. Then I was like, birthday. But then I was like, that's kind of selfish. I'm not going to put that. So then I changed it to 7-Eleven because everybody loves getting a free slushy, Slurpee, whatever you want to call it. Like, sometimes in life, you just want something cold that you can put in your mouth and just suck. Like, come on, bro.
And by 7-Eleven, you mean 7-Eleven free slushy day. That's what you want. It'd be a national holiday. No one goes to work,
Yes.
just slurping slushies all day.
Exactly. They used to have it where you could come in with any object and they would just let you fill it up. Didn't matter how big it was. People were bringing in buckets and we just go over there, fill it up. You got a whole bucket now of slushy.
No. I see where you're coming from. I mean, free anything when it comes to products sounds great. And I'm not going to say no to the corporate machine giving me something for free, but that is not the week between Christmas and New Year's Eve, nor anyone's birthday, though it could be, but not here today.
It's the
and not
birthday of
specified.
7-Eleven.
No.
Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
No. Even our contestants are like, I didn't like that. That was a reach. I didn't like that. Nobody liked that. Everybody said no. All right, I was taking points before, but now you're guessing. All right, now, but let's shake it off. Everybody here at our contestants, shake it off, because that was, in fact, our last hot seat question. So that's going to be it for the hot seat, and then we're going to head on over to the rapid fire segment. All right, here we're going to have a little bit info to our rapid fire segment. And I know we talked about this before, but here we go. This is for those of you just joining us. We just finished the hot seat. All those points that you got in, contestants, they're locked in. They're not getting touched. But our rapid fire segment, now here is where you're going to get additional points here to really make the game break. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all how it works, and then we'll get into the mechanics here. So our rapid fire segment, we're going to give you 30 seconds. That's right. It's going to be 30 seconds on the clock to get those this or that questions quickly, as many as right as you can. Now, how do we get those matches? How do we think in sync? You're going to have to hop in there and actually choose a partner. That's right. So each of our contestants is going to pick one of our panelists to head on over to the rapid fire segment and see if they can't think in sync, if they can't get that together there. So I'm very excited here because this is where I see everyone get actually nervous and lock in. All right. So our contestants are going to have some time to figure out what they do and who they're going to bring in there, given the fact that we've got some matches, some mismatches, but also some kind of close synchronization here. So our picks this time might be a little left field. I'm very curious to see what we've got here, but it sounds like because Spartan was up in the points for the hot seat, they were able to pick first. So we're going to head over to Spartan. Who did you pick for your partner in the rapid fire segment?
Well, I got 2 points, and they both came from Black women. Big surprise. I mesh well with Black women. So I basically flipped the coin and I went with Jade.
Jade as the pick there. Look at Jade, ecstatic being selected as well. I'm loving this synchronicity. This is amazing.
See, the thing is that I said, chat, I'm cooked, because I was like, oh man, these answers, I'm really trying to help y'all out here. But I'm glad I was picked, even if it was like, 50-50. But I'll take it.
Okay, well, Jade is out of the selection here, and I do need to clarify here, your host did misspeak. Unfortunately, it wasn't because Spartan had more points. I did not see correctly. It is fact because they won the random draw there, right? There was a tie of points for that hot seat. So the rapid fire is going to be the make or break. This is actually higher stakes than my little brain thought initially, now knowing the accurate points there. So just want to make sure that we're good here and locked in now with Jade out of the running here as selection for your panelists. Hannah, I'm curious, who have you picked here for your panelist partner to go into the rapid fire segment?
Okay, my pick is Napo because he was arguing for everything, and I appreciate that fight. And you know what? I have the same twisted logic that I can make myself always be correct in any situation. And I think you have that too, so we're going to be there. And we're going to crush it, I believe. Trust and believe.
Can I just really quickly also say something?
Oh, God.
First off, thank you. Also, I literally messaged Kai on the back end before anybody made any picks. I was like, I bet Spartan picks Jade, and then Hannah picks me.
Oh, so
Can
you're
we get a point for that?
the picks.
Can we get a point for that? He has the gift of prophecy. I think that was a point.
Damn.
He called that.
Here we go.
Not in this segment here, not of these rules that are being created, though. I like the energy, and I see you are locked in. So, Hannah, that might be a great pick. Sounds like they're ready to play to win. So I'm excited. I am sad that Music didn't get picked, nor Sadie. So, Music, Sadie, you're on standby. I want to know if you've got any hot takes or any commentary from that gallery here while you're watching. Think maybe you would have been better. We'll give you an opportunity to spit your case there after we get through those segments. But I think if our crew here is ready, we can get to our first pairing in the rapid fire segment, which is going to be Spartan and Jade here. I'm very excited to see how they go together and see if they can think in sync. So gear up, shake it off, and let's start a little competition here.
Roll
Because
for your
Spartan,
joints,
you
Grandpa.
have been cooking. Grandpa is crazy. Grandpa is crazy. All right, Grandpa.
Can I
how
at
much
least
will
get
you
unk?
wager? We do bidding here. So as y'all looking on your devices, I'm going to tell y'all about the bidding mechanic, all right? So pretty simple. You can wager all, half, or none of your points, right? If you really want to stick the lead, secure your ground, or if you want to play it safe since you're already winning, choice is up to you, but you have that opportunity now there on your devices to lock in your choice, and we will reveal them after we go through both of those rapid fire rounds, right? So now that we know who the pairings are, who we're up against, what the competition looks like, we're gonna have y'all put those in, lock those in, and get into that. So now that they are there, I believe the wagers are on here. We can go. Any final fighting words between our contestants and Spartans going up? Hannah, you got anything to shake them? Or are you cool and collected, gonna stay quiet for your round?
I know what I can do. Me and Napo, we got it. We got that right there. There's no words need to be said. Good luck.
No words to be said there. No words to be said, hon. I appreciate it there, and I love that energy. So stone cold. Well, Spartan, let's bring you and Jade on over to our Think and Seek round, and let's get y'all going, okay? All right, locked in here. Like I said, once I say go, that timer runs. You will have 30 seconds to answer as many this or that questions correctly. We want to get the same matches here. We want to think and sync, sharing that same brain. All right, here. Any final words to your partner? Anything to get you hyped or lock in here? I'll give you one opportunity, and we'll get it popping. Oh, I'm
Salute is all we
loving
need.
the sweet
Salute is all we
salute.
need.
Sweet salute into the rapid fire round. All right, no words would need to be said. We're going to run that timer. Good luck, y'all. Cheetos or Doritos? Hide and seek or tag?
Ooh.
Board games or video games? Tea or coffee? X-Men or Avengers? Airbnb or hotel? Coke or Pepsi? Singing or dancing? Netflix or Hulu? Wow!
Hey, that's
And
pretty
just like
good.
that, 6 matches there, locked in. I feel
I
the
was locked
confidence
in.
beaming from y'all. Y'all seem to be 100% sharing that brain cell and thinking in sync there. How are you feeling, Jade? You seem super excited there. Did you think you were going to get less matches than that, or?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I overthink everything. You just call me Miss Professional Overthinker. Like I felt that creeping into my brain. I was like, no, brain off. We're just clicking. We're just clicking, and that's what we did. We clicked. So I'm pretty happy. I feel like I assisted well enough. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I think so too. I'm loving here, and I'm seeing again our second pair a little at the edge of their seat after seeing 6 matches is a pretty chunky amount of matches. So y'all should be confident there when it comes to being in the same brain, getting those locks in, and really setting you apart. So now that we know 6 matches on the board here for our first pair, Hana, Napo, that is the number you're trying to beat. That's the number of matches you want to get better for your wager to really make a difference here for you to get those extra points, okay? So I say, without further ado, let's bring y'all into that rapid fire seat, get that segment popping because I'm ready to see this game and this point breakdown already. So now that we're here, any final words to hype up your teammate, anything to stay locked in, I'll give you one quick opportunity to get that there, or any final words.
Read fast and just click.
That's
That's the
fair.
strategy we're going with right now.
Also,
Oh.
you said go for more than 6. I saw that the record is 9, so we're just gonna go for that instead.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're actually getting 10. If you guys didn't know, spoiler alert. Sorry, I have the script.
All right,
It's
you
not a
heard
spoiler;
the
it's
call.
a prediction.
And the prediction from these apparently future seeing panelists that we have here. Napo says they can see the future, 10 points on the board. I'm curious to see if they can beat it. We've got to get something going here. So without further ado, like I said, once that timer runs, it is 30 seconds there to get as many this or that questions as you can. The same. You're trying to think and sync. You want to same brain it here. So if we're good to go, I will say run that timer. Good luck. North or South? Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go? Chipotle or Taco Bell? Romance or action? Happiness or success? Cocktails or shot? Olivia Rodrigo or Sabrina Carpenter? Spicy or mild? Fame or fortune? Bugs Bunny or Mickey Mouse? Karaoke or spoken word? Oh my gosh. Why does this keep happening to me? I'm loving the faces on everybody. That is fact. 6 matches between Hana and Napo. How are y'all feeling there? Did you think you got more? Or where was the disconnect? Because y'all said you were shooting for 10 there.
I just started
Wait, can I
clicking
know
the
the
first
answers?
thing I saw.
That was
I
quick,
don't even know
'cause-
what we matched on. I just started clicking.
Wait, yeah,
stuff,
can we know what we
dude.
matched on? Because I feel like some of those I like
Don't you
thought
wanna
I knew what
recount?
Hana was gonna put.
I
but
was just
apparently not.
thinking. I don't know. I panicked.
It's okay. I tell everybody to go with their gut, think with their heart, because that 30 seconds is way faster than you think it is, though. So it sees maybe a couple little things, maybe a little hesitation, but solid. Like I said, 6 matches is really good. I gotta know, though. I gotta talk to my other 2 panelists here who are able to just sit back and watch, not have the pressure of getting into that rapid fire segment. Music, do you think you could have done better with either of these pairings? Are you confident that our contestants here selected the right partners going into the rapid fire segment?
I mean, so maybe with Hana, I feel like she and I kind of have the same thought process, but Spartan and I are like oil and vinegar. I haven't seen anybody more different from me in a long ass time. But no, I feel like Hana and I could have probably done a little bit better. But I mean, no tea, no shade to Napo. I know I'm sure you guys did your best, just like rapid fire clicking. But I'll be the first to admit it. I've got that inner white girl in me. I could have clicked.
Okay, I'm liking it. What about you, Sadie? I got to know. You think they made the right call, or you glad you was chilling?
I think I would have went even with Jade. Like we pretty much discussed the same thing. Hana, yeah, no, that was talk. I'm glad you didn't pick me. You would have won no points. I'm so sorry. I didn't even do it, but I'm so sorry.
I love that. I love everyone keeping it a buck, being 100%. So we're seeing that, contestants, maybe there were some right brain vibes, maybe others, maybe the wrong wavelength was there, though. But this, unfortunately, brings us to the fact that we have a tie here because the wager is based on whether or not you will win that segment. Because there is a tie, no one won that segment. So no bonus points that would be the tiebreaker from the hot seat segment will be awarded, which in fact brings us to our tie from our banked points. So we are going to have to get into a tiebreaker. Now we do have a tiebreaker question here. So we will have it. You are trying to match your answer with your panelists. So this is where the weight is here. We're going to really test your pairs. Now that you got a little commentary, maybe you got a little, partner's remorse already seated in you, you're going to have to stay ready for this tiebreaker question here. To become a millionaire, I started a collection of blank.
Oh.
I know it's a deep one here. We're going to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to send in their answers. We will have to be running on the fly here with our answers for our game. We'll have to drop those in Discord. If you do not mind for your answer, to send those over to our producer. She should be having those details there. All right, here. Well, I am just getting here the details of this final tiebreaker question here. It's actually a wild technicality when I explain to you what has happened here, but we will go through the answers. I'm going to reveal them here because it isn't going to make sense if we do it the normal way here, given what happened. So I actually want to, is it possible? Can we see everybody's faces here? Pull me up in the center because I think their reactions are about to go crazy. So we had the question to become a millionaire in the future. I started collecting blank. Every single person put Pokemon cards. Spartan, you were too slow with your answer. As the contestant who submits first, you had to change your answer. Therefore, Hana wins this episode of Same Brain with the tiebreaker question of collecting Pokemon cards from the future there. The Same Brain was Saman. Y'all were thinking and thinking, and it's going, in fact, to be Hana as our champion of this winner here. Tiebreaker one, holding it down. And we even had a failsafe. If no matches were there, you had to match with me. And guess what my answer was? Pokemon cards. So let me tell you, that's right, all of us, a bunch of nerds, every single one of you here. We know what's up. That value skyrockets, and I want that Charizard if I could see into the future, and you know it too. So we're gonna have to give a big ups to Hana coming in as our winner. Hana, talk to me. Give your victory cut your promo, talk your trash, because you took that crown for this episode of Same Brain. Let me hear it.
I feel bad. I don't because what do you mean, bro?
Don't you dare feel bad. You're not allowed to feel bad.
that feels fake. Hi guys, I'm Hannah. I like football and evidently game shows that I'm not very good at. It's just funny to me because we were kind of the same level of bad in the first round in Hot Seat. Like we got 2 points. What were we doing?
Listen, sometimes it takes a little for things to get together. Sometimes it's a minute before you can think and sync. And when it counted, Hannah, you in fact were thinking and singing not just with your partner in the tiebreaker question, but with apparently everybody here in the building tonight. So big ups to you for coming in clutch from this. But of course, let's be real, it would not be a game if not for our contestant in the competition. So we're going to run through our thank yous and give so much love to Spartan for being a fantastic contestant here, really making a game down to the wire. I'm going to give so much love here, saying thank you to everybody and killing it here. And I want to give big ups to everybody who has been hanging out with us here in chat. But we have no Same Brain if not for our cast. So let's run through our cast here, give them love, have them say their quick little goodbyes here, and give some love to, right, that's right, the last Black Spartan here in the building. We have Music Kid as well, fantastic panelists with the hot takes. We have Jade holding it down for us, big ups, coming in hot when it comes to that rapid fire and standing their ground. Of course, Sadie being in the building, coming with those great takes here and very interesting conversations. And of course, last but certainly not least, Napo is here to run it right. We got to give big ups to everybody here, really truly making this one fantastic game. And of course, no game would happen without each of our contestants. So much love to Spartan, and of course, much love to Hannah here for making it a fantastic game. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have to give big ups to y'all. That's right. Everybody watching at home, hanging out and chat with us. Thank you for hanging out with us. Huge shout out to our producers, our tech switchers, our moderators, our unsung heroes, everyone who's made this show possible. And that means especially you, our Patreon subscribers, for making all of this come true. We love you, we appreciate you, and adore you. But that is going to be it for this episode of Same Brain. I'm Black Crystal, and you know where we're at the only best internet game show around town. So we'll see you around. This is me, Black Crystal BK, and this is Same Brain. We'll see you next time.